Good evening, my name is Kylie Ballard and I'm going to be doing a speech. It is called Let Us Out of the Box. The general purpose is to inform the audience about how gender bias impacts women. My thesis is during child development, girls experience social conditioning that changes their identity, confidence, and opportunities. For multiple years, I wondered how to be more beautiful, never looking within. Hours in front of the mirror before school creating the perfect appearance. Never engaging in academics because my importance stemmed from my attractiveness. From my parents' pressure for me to enter beauty pageants or become a cosmetologist, to strangers telling me to act like a lady. This topic resonates with me due to my personal encounters with gender narratives. Throughout my upbringing, I was exposed to restrictive ideas and notions like beauty is a woman's most important feature. I unwittingly adopted and internalized these ideas as my own. This speech is designed to help you understand what gender conditioning is, its origin, impact, and methods of prevention. This short story will help you understand gender conditioning. A baby elephant in the circus is tied to a stake in the ground. Every day it uses all its might to escape, yet he is still in captivity. After a couple of months with no luck, the elephant gives up. The elephant grows big and strong, yet it never tries to escape, even though it could easily break the stake. This relates to young girls as they are born limitless and over time they are confined by a gender bias. The definition of social conditioning is the process where people are trained to think, feel, and believe and act in a way that is approved by society. For example, we tell girls to be polite and good. We tell boys to always be strong. They receive positive or negative consequences if they adhere to these ideas. Conditioning is used to push children down traditional society constructs. Now you understand what social conditioning is, I will tell you where it comes from. We see gender roles in every part of childhood. Our family are the first to expose us to this toxin called gender bias. Parents will buy us toys and clothes, marketing for our specific gender. Parents have a vision of what their kids should and should not be. As a child, my mom wanted to be a doctor and her grandma told her it was a bad idea and discouraged her. This ideology was passed down generation to generation, and this ideology is girls are expected to be compliant and conform to feminized behavior. Girls are seen as less capable in subjects like science and math, despite no notable discrepancy of one gender being better in academics. The role models we have also influence our perspectives on gender role models. Over 75% of public school teachers are female. Almost 90% of registered nurses are female. Boys are exposed to same gender role models like mathematicians, doctors, scientists, and engineers. For a school degree, a woman's options are nursing or teaching. Identifying the problem is important, but why is it a problem? Gender bias significantly impacts lives. It manifests through systemic inequities and affects our opportunities and how others treat us. About the story of the elephant. When we are born with limitations, that is all we know. We are ignorant of our potential. According to evidence, women usually underestimate their ability when asked how they will score on a math test. Oppositely, men overestimate their scores. This theme follows into school and career choices. Disregarding wage gaps between genders in the same profession, many women never decide to go into higher paying, male-dominated fields. Like my mother, they are deterred into more traditional ideas. Ignoring your intuition and submitting to society is destructive to mental health and self-esteem. When you understand the impact of gender stereotyping, you will naturally want to learn how to prevent it. Making a change in gender culture will help our world prosper. Recognizing gender bias is the first step to change. Separating yourself from these ideas instilled on you and recognize it's not your fault that these ideas were handed to you. Being reflective about personal misconceptions is the second step. Understanding the complexity of changing your thoughts is difficult yet important. People whom you look up to may have imposed these ideas on you, and this is all you've known. Being a role model and advocate for gender bias awareness is the last step. Implementing gender-neutral policies and gender diversity training will deter these stereotypes. Others may criticize your unprecedented thinking and reject you. Some people don't know their way of thinking is outdated and harmful. Creating a societal shift is an ongoing process, and it may take years to yield change. I have discussed how our cultural norm suppresses young girls and the long-term effects. Limiting others or keeping oppressing ideology leads to a less productive society. If you have a gender-biased thought, investigate your beliefs and remember this speech. And for my sources, I have Early Gender Bias, and it was on aauw.org /issues/education/gender bias, and I also use bbc.com/future/article, and I also, for the elephant reference, I used that from a YouTuber called Kenneth Soares. So thank you guys. Have a good rest of your day.